This thing on?
How do I sound, Port?
We should probably actually walk in a little bit. Man, I'm on camera a lot during the day. All right, guys, welcome to the podcast. We have been debating for a long time. Do we actually start a podcast? I feel like we have a lot of interesting stuff to talk about. We like to talk. We like microphones. We like dark rooms. And here we are.
Hell, some would say we don't shut up.
And some would say we talk too much. We got Pork behind the camera. He's going to actually be, throwing stuff on the screen, doing all the editing and stuff. It's cool, man. It's cool. Like, never in my life, if you would have told me 6 years ago, we would get to have like giant truck shows, do YouTube videos, a podcast. I would have never believed you.
Yeah, bro. Dude, I was supposed to be a 7th grade social studies teacher, so.
You look like you like 7th graders.
Man, please cut that. That's crazy.
Leave that in, Pork.
Here we go.
I think a lot of people would roll into a podcast and be half-assed, but in proper FP fashion, we have not only built a studio, we have a neon sign. That is a requirement with a podcast studio. I actually took this out of the wall at my house.
There's a massive hole in the wall now at the house, but it's okay.
That's actually for me punching it. From drinking too much White Monster.
Too many White Monsters.
Yeah.
I understand.
Get to you,
you get accustomed to it and it quits.
Yeah. Well, I didn't have any more. That was the problem. Anyways, a lot of people like the more real videos where we're just kind of sitting here going over subjects. So me and JP have actually took the time to write down some of the things we want to talk about and some of the things that you guys ask. We read the comments, we read the posts, we read the energy of the people on what they want to know, questions they have. Right. And I think this has been coming for a long time. Two random dudes sitting in a showroom with some microphones. They've just been really wanting this for a long time. So here we are. We have created this little studio. You can kind of guess what we're going to do in it. And we're going to talk about some things that everybody's been wanting to know and some comments and stuff like that. But so we got a list. The first subject is a very asked question. It's a very wanted question. It's a very sore subject.
Where is it?
Where is it? Never mind. I about said. I gotta. This is a PG channel.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
PG-13, you're allowed one F-bomb.
One F-bomb per episode.
Yep.
Blur that. Anyways.
I want that. Chat, clip that.
So the race truck, the blue race truck, the 5th gen, I bought that thing literally almost 3 years ago. It was a 4th gen. I found it in a field, and everyone's been wondering, like, what happened to this truck? Obviously, the truck was built in kind of a perspective for UCC and a lot of competition stuff. Sled pulling, drag racing, drag and drives, dyno stuff. Like, the truck was just designed for everything. So, like, when you build a truck of that complexity, it's not very simple, and it takes a lot of time to make everything have all the creature comforts you want. It's not just a straight race truck with a harness that just runs like on a standalone harness. Like, the truck is going to be full Motec. Everything is going to have sensors. All the temperature stuff is going to come on when it should, when everything gets to temp. It's very overcomplicated. Plus, it's going to make over 3,000 horsepower. And that's not a statement. That's just facts based off of science and the setup that's in. It's proven in some other trucks already, like with the ordnance injectors and stuff like that. Huge shout out to S&S, by the way. One of my favorite companies to work with. Plus, they always come to the show, man. You gotta really support the people that support you. They sponsor Sally too, and man, them injectors. You would think they would be hurt by what we put them through.
They've held up pretty well.
I sent them to be flowed, and they said, "Why'd you send these? These are fine."
Yep.
I said, "Well, that's a miracle because they've been through 4 engines."
Huh?
Yeah. Anyways, race truck. You guys should actually be seeing this next week. We have been talking with the fabricator, and he has finally got it where the SES, the Turbo 400, the interior, like Pork dropped some pictures on the screen of some of the progress that he sent me. I'm really excited to see it. I'm really excited to do something with it. After I get it and we do all the finishing touches, it does go to S&S to get wired for the Motec. And I'm excited, man. Like, this thing is, it's going to do a lot of content for us for 2026 in racing and drag and drives. I think we got to get in Sick Week. We recently had Sick Week or Sick Smokies come to the drag strip. Really cool experience. You weren't there for that.
No, that was,
That was your starting week.
That was my starting week. I came
Actually,
up
your
here.
interview week.
I left. I went home on Tuesday and then
Yeah.
came back on Sunday.
Yeah, so that was October 14th, and I think JP started about 5 days after that full
Yep.
time. It's funny because this is I've never brought this up, but every employee I've ever interviewed, like they've came here and they've been all like prepared to like tell me everything they do about them. And I already know, or I've already done my research, and we just kind of end up like either drinking a beer together
Yeah,
at a
man.
restaurant.
I feel like I just showed up and kind of raw dogged. It was like, yeah, man. You
Yeah.
know me.
Yeah, he came over to the house and we had a beer, talked about it, and I was like, "Want a job?
Yeah, it'll work.
See you next week." Same way with Joey, man. Joey came here. We didn't even go to the shop when Joey flew in from New York for an interview. We had a beer at a restaurant. And I said, "All right, here's my offer. You want to start?" He's like, "I'll let you know." Goes, probably made it about 24 hours. I'll take the job. I'm putting in my notice. And then he was here within a month. Like, so it's kind of funny. Obviously, Bob is the only one that's not happened with because he's been here forever. And then he lives in Jamestown.
One of the cool things that we've done is everybody's moved here. Like,
yeah, mostly
it's a very cool
everyone
thing.
that works here or is a part of FP is not from here. I'm not from Jamestown, but like the town I'm from is like 45 minutes away. I don't think anyone ever like knows that. Like I don't actually live in Jamestown. My shop's just here to drive here. But yeah, you're from
South Carolina,
South Carolina.
a little bit of Texas, a little
You
bit of
know,
North
I'm
Carolina.
not gonna lie, a little bit of my ADHD or whatever you want to call it. You're from South Carolina. I always get it mixed up, South and North. Either way. My girlfriend's from Ohio. Freaking Bubba's from here. Joey's from New York. Pork is from Nashville. So, well, he claims to be Canadian. So some things we need to talk about with the show. Me and JP Pork, we work pretty effortless, or I don't know if I would.
Endlessly would be the word I would
Endlessly.
use.
Yeah, I don't know why I said effortlessly. On the Chaos slot, which is something that we have been working on. So as you guys know, 5.0 sold out extremely fast, record breaking, 6 minutes. Let's be honest, that's a long time, a really long time for anything.
6 minutes. Wow.
Damn near a record. Honestly, the longest show sellout we've ever heard of.
It's very
Anyways,
long.
back to reality on that one. But 6 minutes. First thing I want to do is just say thank you to you guys, man. That is crazy. That has never happened in truck history. There's never been a show sell it that fast. And I mean, I get it. LST is a great show. It sells out. They offer 2,000 truck spots. That's probably what we end up having is around 2,000. But it's approval only, and it's like the same trucks coming back every year. So they got like a solid customer base. So it's a little different. I think the way that we do ours is cool because it gives newcomers an opportunity to make a name and or to get their truck here, even if their truck isn't at a high level of being built. Because that's what it's about with us is like, I couldn't imagine if 5 years ago when I started in the truck scene, there was a really popular show that I wanted to go to and no one knew me. Like they didn't. I mean, no one even knew my name. I went to the first truck show ever not knowing anything about trucks.
Right.
And I can't imagine going there and them telling me I couldn't come or my shit wasn't nice enough. So that's kind of the perspective of why we don't limit the show. We're working on it. We got some new changes. But the Chaos slot, anyways, back on subject. I'm kind of veering off because it makes me mad when people want to hate on a kid.
I mean, man, we were all there at one point,
Yeah,
I remember being 17. I know how it was.
I mean, I've got to build a lot of nice trucks because of you guys and because of our work and stuff we've done. But don't think I've forgot about. Like, I remember my third gens I had when that was all I had. And I love those trucks. And I don't know. It makes all this stuff worth a lot more. But at the same time, it's just kind of disappointing when you see people that are at a higher point in their build that are hating on people at a lower point. That's very small-minded, in my opinion. And frankly, if you have a problem with it, don't come. But so the Chaos slot, we had a problem with all the silver and gold passes sold out. And we had a 3-acre field that we had been, well, I said field. It was the woods that we had paid a dozer, Nathaniel Clark and his boys. Showed up with a dozer, a small excavator. I was like, why has he got this giant-ass excavator here? And
don't get ridiculed on that again.
Put that on the screen, Pork. But a small excavator, and they really cleared about 3 acres, made room for roughly 200 trucks, but we sold it for 150. We originally said 100, then I bumped it to 150 competitors. Now this is people that are going to be competing for the money on Saturday on the dyno, on the dirt drag track, and on the burnout competition. That you can, if you buy a Chaos Pass, by the way, you're entered in all three. So that's why they're like $200. Is they also come with a wristband, and you get into all three competitions. So you honestly saved a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
You know, ideally, we want to make it cheaper for not only the spectator but the competitor. Like, you know, we're not all about money at the show. Like, yes, it takes money to start every show and to do what we do. That's not the main point. But yeah, so we've actually built them a new lot. Pork, throw it on the screen. We plowed 3 acres of woods. We're going to gravel as much as we can. Gravel's very expensive. I figured that out here lately. But we're going to gravel as much as we can and give you guys your own private pits area, which is something the spectators, or not the spectators, the competitors have never had at this show, is their own private area. Like when you're in the burnout comp, yes, you're by the pad and you kind of have this pits area, but there's vendors mixed in, and it's kind of like, it's a problem. It's a traffic problem.
Yeah.
And like the vendors that are over by the pit kind of get blocked up, and it's not fair to the vendors. So we're working on new plans to not only make stuff better for vendors, but to make it flow better for competitors. That way, you know, we always had this problem at the burnout pit. Everybody gets like locked in because 5 trucks break in a row, and our little kill counter.
Yeah, they don't get to leave the pit alive, man. They don't get to. So
now JP has vowed to take, what are we, 40 engines or transmissions?
It was 27 last time.
Okay, we hit 27.
We're gonna try to hit 40.
Okay, that's our kill counter for the pit this year.
That's our hit counter.
That's our hit counter for the pit. We want to hit 40. So that's our goal on that. We're not going to try and make this whole thing about the show. There's just definitely some stuff, some questions from TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, you know, that we wanted to jot down and go over, but we're going to talk about some other stuff also. All right, guys. So one thing I do want to talk about is last year, if you were at PRI in Indiana, it's in Indy actually, right in the middle of Indy, right beside downtown, which is the fun part of Indy. You know, there's some cool bars and stuff there if you've ever actually traveled to Indy. Me, JP, my girlfriend, we're gonna be at PRI walking around. I do not have a vehicle in PRI this year, but I'm gonna try and make my way to some booths. You know, I'll be walking around. If you're wanting to catch us, you know, I had like designated times that I was at my truck last year. So it was a little easier to find me, but all I know is I'll be walking around. Honestly, the things I can guess that I'm gonna look at is anything diesel. I'll probably be in the SNS booth a lot. And then the trailer lot, guys. That's my favorite place. I am a hoe for trailers.
It is a for a good trailer.
Man, I go on Marketplace. You know, everybody else looking at Lamborghinis. Me, goosenecks.
That's a good looking 40-footer.
That's a nice race trailer. That's what I like, man. I'm a little hoe for trailers. So catch me in the trailer section more than likely. But PRI's a good time. JP's never been. I'm excited for him to go. Actually, my girlfriend hasn't been either. So like, everyone else is going to be new to the trip. I've been. PRI, honestly, I've been to SEMA before 2 times, I believe. PRI is better than SEMA, in my opinion, from a business perspective. PRI is a lot better. If you are an up-and-coming shop, if you are an up-and-coming creator that wants to make like connections with performance companies, PRI is it. Do not go to SEMA. Do not waste your time there. Go to PRI. The experience with the people is much better, and the company experience is a lot better. There's about, you know, obviously a quarter of the people, if not less, and it's much more performance based. And obviously, us having the drag strip, you know, which is something we do need to talk about eventually and release our schedule. Us having the drag strip, we want to go there and make some connections with some of these companies, pick up some sponsors. But yeah, if you guys get a chance in Indy, I believe it's 13th to 15th. I don't know. Throw the flyer on the screen, Pork. But PRI, great time. I'm excited for you to experience it. I know you're not like super into the performance stuff. You're getting there.
Yeah. No, that's all new to me. I wouldn't say it's new, but it's
the depth.
The
part
depth
of,
of them trying to get into
the depth of the performance industry. You can like fast stuff, but once you start getting really into it, it's a rabbit hole. It really is. If you didn't get a ticket for 5.0 and you're looking for it, your best chance is probably in the next 7 days. Because in the next 7 days, anyone, you know, we've had some people that wanted to cancel and refund their passes because their buddies didn't get passes. Understandable. They go straight back in circulation on the website. So we can't really warn you because we're trying to keep it fair. So if you want a fair chance at grabbing one of those refunded passes, check the website pretty frequently. And there's no rhyme or reason to it. It's just someone randomly calls us, says, I want to refund my order. We refund it. and it goes back in the system immediately, and someone can buy it.
Yeah, I don't think a pass has made it longer than 2 minutes yet. So
Yes, we actually timed one. The first gold pass that got thrown back into rotation was purchased in 30 seconds, which is absolutely insane. How is it,
we're 48 hours past. Nah,
yeah, no, we're 4 days
man.
when we're filming this, and I'm telling how far we are when
Yeah.
they see this, and the passes are still selling out that fast, which is crazy, guys. So when we say it's crazy, it's out of a form of appreciation. It's like, wow.
Yeah, who would have ever thought that,
A show in a parking lot in Jamestown, Tennessee would.
yeah, Jamestown, Tennessee of all places.
Yeah.
And here it is.
Here we are. But yeah, so we got that, and then some future truck builds I want to talk about. We got the OBS. I kind of want to update everybody on that thing. Man, it is still stock. It is still sitting out front at the shop. We have not touched it. We have been working with the guys at RYD, and we may be taking a trip to Texas next week to pick up the kit. That'll be interesting. JP's homeland, well, second home.
Second homeland, yeah. I give a lot of credit to Texas.
Yeah, we might go by not only RYD and pick up our kit. We got to stop and see our boys at JTX. If you guys want to see any of the wheel factory or how any of that's like built, let us know.
Yeah.
We might film a little bit there. See if we can get Chris on camera.
Would not be the first tour I've given of that place.
Man, yeah. JP actually used to work there. Anyone that doesn't know that, or anyone that is like, man, he looks familiar. He used to work at JTX. So it's cool because I've worked with that company for 5, almost 6 years now. And JP used to work there. And then we have a very good amount of product knowledge.
Yeah.
Of that company. So if you ever want to buy wheels off of us, don't worry. We know what to sell you. So so we have the OBS. Like I said, 8 to 10 inches of lift. We'll see that here soon. We'll give you an update. First gen engine still being built. So we're kind of stuck on that thing. Axles just got here from Far From Stock, as you saw earlier in the video. Those guys are great, by the way. If you're ever looking for just a good group of people with a lot of information about first gens,
man, I don't think you can find better. Yeah.
Yeah, just when I think of a first gen, that is who pops in my head.
Even last night, him explaining, when he was here, all the parts and stuff, just extremely knowledgeable about what he's telling us.
Oh, and the owners are very involved, which we like. I think they've scaled a lot, so it's definitely different for them. I think they're less of a mom and pop selling parts anymore. I think they're in, a pretty big operation now. Right. So good for them. That's something we're trying to do, is scale our parts, and it's hard. So big amount of respect to those guys. But yeah, so the first gen's kind of on hold. Like I said, we got suspension, we have axles, we have a bare frame outside that's still waiting to get sandblasted. It's just a little while before we can actually show you guys anything interesting of that. So it's kind of like while we pan to the talking segment. Plus, what's the point of building this badass studio?
Yeah.
Man, we've been staring at this thing for like a week.
And it's just been like, man, we need to use it.
Yeah, how do we use this microphone thing? So, plus, audio quality is one of the complaints I've had over the years, because I like to film with iPhones because it's easy. And so here we are with mics. Headphone users.
Mics, 2
appreciate
cameras.
this. Man, we move it up in the world.
How about that?
But we got a first gen. JP, what about your OBS? I know where my OBS is going. I know you wanted to go in a sort of similar direction. You got leaf springs and stuff right now, and you actually don't have wheels now. So
I don't have wheels anymore. No, I think it's time for 30s.
Yeah.
Might go a little bit taller. I know you're getting the RYD kit, and man, I think it's a beautiful kit. I just don't know if I want to copy it all the way. I do love the leaf springs. I like the old school look. It fits the truck. So everybody always hates on that, but
I think the leaf springs is cool. I think we might need to, for the sake of it being allowed in the show, we might need to raise the back a little bit.
I thought about lowering the back just a touch.
Honestly,
inches.
I was really wondering why you hadn't took the blocks out yet.
I don't know why. God, it just comes out sometimes.
Man, Carolinas came out right then real fast.
Man, it come out sometimes, bro. You know what I'm saying? J to the R to the O to the C.
So the RYD kit, it's going to be great. I can understand. Our trucks are kind of similar in color. Mine's white and blue. Yours is white and blue. Mine's white and gray.
Colorblind.
We're going to give JP a minute to gather himself. We said something really stupid that got cut out that you guys aren't going to see. So he's got an extended cab long bed OBS with he calls it 10 inches of lift, but I'm going to call it 8. And
8 to 10.
In reality, tape measure, you pull it out at 4.
Yeah.
4. A solid 4.
We're guys. We don't know how to measure inches anyway.
Yeah. He's wanting to go up. You want to go bigger or the same height?
Man, well, if I'm gonna do the 30s and 38s, I love that look. I know everybody hates on the rubber band stuff, but that truck, it's never gonna see mud.
Man,
so
bullet holes will do better. You need them new Mickey Thompsons.
You get some 17, 16, boy. If your hands don't look like this, you're a liberal sissy.
I'm pretty sure I posted my OBS the week after SEMA or the week of SEMA when that new Mickey Thompson tire got released, and every comment was, "You need them new 17 by 16
Now,
Mickeys."
don't get me wrong. I think they look great. I
don't.
But I know you don't. But
it's not my style, guys. Sorry.
I think they look great, but I just not on that truck. Not on. I mean, when you're going that tall, it's just like
10-inch lift. Honestly, I may leave it around 8. I just want a stupid clean lift with a bunch of chrome and stuff, but we'll let you know on that one. I mean, I don't think we dig too much into mine. I was just curious. Like
I'd like to change the powder coat color. I'd like to change a couple of things. There's I feel like it's.
What color would you even go with? Since I'm doing white and chrome under mine.
Man, obviously, I mean, I've got black now. I really like the black, but it just.
I think you could still do white. Yeah,
I think you could do white and then a little bit more chrome and then add.
Maybe a little bit of blue.
Touch of the blue.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of blue, man. I think pinstriping needs to be incorporated in it. I'd love to do some pinstriping underneath mine.
Yeah.
But we'll touch on those later. But we're gonna have some badass OBSs in 2026, hopefully. Maybe who knows? Could go to SEMA. We don't know.
Never know.
We got some companies asking, but we don't know if we're doing SEMA next year. We would like to for the burnout pit. That's about the only reason, but not really sure if it's our crowd. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, we serve the taters, man.
Yeah, we ain't about that. The big stage stuff.
Yeah, y'all can have that.
So that wraps up kind of the OBS's tungsten truck, guys. Honestly, I tore that truck apart a little too early. We were bored one day. We needed some YouTube content. I said, all right, we need to do this. Let's go ahead and get the tungsten tore apart. Shouldn't have done that. That was my daily at the time.
That explains why you're in a rental car now.
Yeah, I actually drive a rental car. It's actually a Mazda RX-7 with a billet 4 rotor in it that I got at Hertz.
Yeah. Very nice. Very nice interior.
Very, very nice car.
No CarPlay, nothing like that, but it does have working radio and heat.
No, I got one of those adapters off TikTok Shop.
Joey sell it to you?
Yeah. Tough break.
Tough break.
Remember what truck we were talking about?
The tungsten truck.
The tungsten truck. Yeah. So compounds. Obviously that thing's an ASIN truck. The boys from Far From Stock earlier in the video, they brought us a 3-link kit and some traction bars. That is going to go on that truck. But overall, like, we don't even have all the parts yet. I don't even have wheels ordered for it yet. I kind of just took it apart on a whim, and I really do regret it because it's very much in the way.
Yeah. That'd be the best way I could word that one, man.
Yeah, but we'll get back to that thing here soon. And no, it is not the next giveaway truck. Honestly, you guys could never guess it.
No, I don't think they will.
I love being secretive now.
Yeah, like the FBI up in here.
Yeah, FBI, open up. FBI, open up! So we got some pretty cool builds showing up for customer trucks. Obviously, we've had a little bit of like random maintenance here and there, so that's slowed down our filming a little bit. The wintertime's weird here, guys. Like, it's such a hard time to film videos in the wintertime here because Black Friday and Christmas hits, and it's so hard to get parts.
Right.
And it's, I wish we could explain how far out we have to plan these videos and ordering all these parts for these trucks. And not only that, just buying new trucks because, like I said, we really want to know what kind of build you guys would like to see because I feel like we're circling the same builds over and over with these 4th and 5th gen builds. And I just want to build something different. Like the OBS is good. The first gen's a good change. That thing's going to be a freaking heater. Oh, Super Stick did tell me the G56 was ready to pick up.
Oh, man, that's sick.
That's exciting. So we'll get that G56. Waggler should have the engine by the end of the month. The first gen build is going. But what other builds would people like to see us build? Would you like?
I think the people want to see a donk.
I thought you were going to say a Duramax, and I was going to cuss you.
No,
but
that's not a bad idea.
Man, everyone wants to see me build a Duramax. Let me ask you guys this: if I build a Duramax for you guys, this is not for my pleasure because I'm not going to enjoy it. But if I build a Duramax, man, I really just know how to say things sometimes, don't I? But if I build a Duramax, I'm going to give you guys a couple options. I think a 24 L5P looks good. I think a 06 LBZ truck looks good. And I think like a late L5P high country looks good. Like a 19.
Yeah, I'll agree with the last one.
So let me know what color Preferably not white.
What did he say?
Believe it or not. Let me know what color you guys would like us to build. Let me know what truck it would be. Like I said, not my forte. Maybe me owning one and building one is what we will
Dude,
take.
I think if I was the same way though. I think if I told you like just try it for a week, take my truck, try it for a week.
Yeah, that's like telling you to be gay for a week though. Like it's just not something I want to try. Yes, I can. I just did. Leave that in, pork.
Leave that in, pork. That's what she said. I think if you took
No, it is not what she said to pork. That is a man of God. You quit.
Going to hell. Oh man,
I lost you on that. Drop in the comments what Duramax you want us to buy. Another build that I want to put into everybody's head, and like the problem is like I so heartily believe that a Cummins is the best engine ever created. So when I do anything and build anything, the first engine option in my head is Cummins.
Man, this
and
would
nothing
look
else.
a common rail in it, you know?
You know, I think we should put a 6.7 common rail in it. We haven't ever done that.
Yeah, no, we've never done that before.
Yeah. So also have another crazy idea that I kind of want chat's opinion on. I want to buy a Alumaduty and put a Cummins in it. Just a
sick.
With I know. It's great.
Sick.
I mean, like a nice one. And then just rip that like power stroke at.
Man, I actually know where there's a dually at. You could do that too.
No, not that one. That's my new truck. That's my baby. No. Arden would also kill me.
She's
very partial. I mean, so if we did do a set of Alumaduty, I think it would have to have a 48 in it. I think it would have to have a 6.7 in it. And the problem is going to be getting all the body control modules, all the interior stuff, all the like the RPM and everything. Because ideally, if we did it, I want the interior to work.
Now, like a regular Power Stroke interior.
I want it to be like you get in a Power Stroke truck and you start it.
And
like
it's just a flat out.
But the problem is getting the RPM signal to transfer to their gauges and stuff. Inevitably, we wouldn't be able to use the gauge cluster.
No.
Unless someone very, very smart.
If you're very talented with that stuff.
And you have a lot more time than we have, because I can't do all this and then sit there and figure out the wiring diagram and figure out how to make that work. So it's a thought, though. You know, anyone that ever thinks about it, let me know.
That ain't like it ain't ever been done before. I don't know about an Alumaduty.
I've never seen an Alumaduty with a Cummins in it. It'll fit. I have a Sawzall.
I have a hammer and a Sawzall in God-given arms.
Yeah. Yeah, JP said, will a 6.7 fit in a Power Stroke? I got a Sawzall that says it will. And
God-given ability to use a Sawzall.
By God, we're going to use it. My other problem with doing this Power Stroke swap thing is that if we inevitably take a 6.7 Power Stroke out of a truck, I want to put the 6.7 Power Stroke into a truck.
Yeah, so like a Ford Ranger or...
I couldn't think of a better specimen to receive that.
I actually, dude, like that S10 that was here after the show.
I actually think a Ford Ranger with no doors on it is 7 Power Stroke.
And I think
we just standalone harness that just beat the box
straight to the burnout pad.
Yeah, all right, guys. So we do want to mix some show information into this because it is a very hot topic on TikTok right now. I mean, like after 3.0, I gained about 25,000 followers in about 2 days due to hate. And after 4.0, we gained some followers due to love.
Mm-hmm.
And then after 5.0 registration, we gained some more due to hate. You know, people see trends taking off, and it's easy to just jump in and try and participate, even though those people are still going to end up coming.
Yeah.
So it's kind of funny. Y'all fake. But
we still love you, though.
Yeah, we still love you. To address the problem with Burnout Alley, so if we let 300 or more vehicles onto the property. If you remember 3.0, it was a nightmare traffic-wise. I'll admit it. I'll say it any day of the week. 3.0 was a nightmare as far as traffic, as far as everything got gridlocked. And that's because, you know, some people were getting in the gate to do burnouts down the road. We were letting that happen. Lots of things like that got fixed at 4.0. But there was some, you know, miscommunication on the flyer of spectators thinking that they're going to be able to get in later in the night and do burnouts. But the reason we can't let you in is not only is it not fair to me and my staff to have to deal with that many more vehicles, you know, in silver and gold.
Yeah.
It's not fair to the people in silver and gold and the vendors that have paid to be in here. And then at the end of the night, these people get in for free, because if that was the case, people would just wait up there in spectator and to bring their truck in. A lot of them did.
Yeah.
A lot of them did. And so don't expect to be able to come past the gates at any point during the event. If it's not a registered truck, Because really, we only have room for registered trucks, and we cut the pass amount back by 300 to make room. We cut a gold lot. I took 100 trucks out of gold lot, and look at how great 4.0 was. So when you're asking like, oh, why won't you let me in here to do a burnout? Think about the changes from 3.0 to 4.0. You went from stuck in traffic for 6 hours to you could drive out of there in 5 to 10 minutes, which is a pretty crazy phenomenon, I think.
To be able to do that in one show, it's a pretty good turnaround.
Mm-hmm. And that's one of the biggest compliments we've received is a look at how much you guys fixed. Because honestly, we lost a lot of fans and a lot of people from 3.0. But we're hoping to see y'all back at 5.0. It's going to be crazy. Really, honestly, I think the hype around it with it selling out in 6 minutes and stuff, like I know some people are going to be mad the truck can't get in the show. But I do think it's going to be the largest truck show in the U.S.
I think it's got potential.
I do think it was top 2, maybe top 3 before this last one. But I think with the new changes and how fast passes are selling and how many vendors, we have 100 vendors paid and locked. That we are not chasing them for money. We are paid and locked in. So put that into perspective of how many people are going to be here. It's going to be a good time too. So we have an indoor VIP. Bruce has actually rented us his building across the road. We're going to have Plan B and Elevate, have half of the warehouse. That's going to be the Plan B / Elevate indoor VIP showroom. Big shout out to those guys. They came in as sponsors. I said, guys, look, we have an opportunity to rent this building. It's a little expensive. Would you guys like to be a part of it? They didn't blink. They said we've been waiting for an area designed for SEMA quality trucks. And so FP Truck Fest has kind of lacked that. So now, as a spectator and or just a truck lover that's here, you not only get to see the normal everyday builds, you get to see the booth trucks, you get to see the competition trucks, you get to watch horsepower, chaos, everything in one spot. You get SEMA trucks, which is cool.
To see both of them in the same place is kind of cool.
FP Truck Fest is 3 industries colliding. It's not only the show and performance, it's the racing industry / competition industry. Like it is. And then it's a combination of all of your everyday dudes.
Yeah, your everyday guy can come to the show and enjoy it just as much as the normal enthusiast that's been to SEMA 3 times.
Yeah.
It's just like it's a good place for everybody to go.
Right. So
it's the Holy Land, the Holy Land of Tennessee.
Man, come on out, have a good time. My prices aren't changing, guys. FP Truck Fest is still $40 for both days. A lot of people are raising it. A lot of people are charging big money for one day events. A lot of people are charging too much. Too much. At the end of the day, you got to think of how much money you're charging somebody for them to walk around. But, we try and also look at the experience we provide, and I think we're very fair with our pricing, especially on a 2-day. But yeah, come on out. Me and JP and Pork, we live and breathe FP Truck Fest every single day. So it's kind of hard for us not to talk about it because we're obsessed, man. We love the show. We love seeing everyone here. And it's cool. It's really cool. I'm very proud of it. That's one of my biggest accomplishments in my career, I feel like, is the truck shows because it's so much more than people realize.
It's got to be cool for you, man. You're bringing people to something that you built. Something
right. And then, like, if you throw up on the screen real quick, this is the first truck show I ever held. And I honestly didn't think it was small. Like, I was like, I was so tickled that day. I remember, like, and everyone's like, oh, these truck shows, they make this much money, blah, blah, blah. I lost money lost a lot of money the first couple shows. Because it was never about that. It was like, man, let's get everybody together in a parking lot. Let's have a good time. Put on entertainment. And it was about seeing my friends in one place. And then people wanted to see that.
What I tell you, that all my best friends, man, they live states away.
Yeah.
It's cool to get for all of them to come here and just be a part of it.
Well, that's the best part of truck shows is seeing all your friends. And that's something that me and JP have got to enjoy over the years, with different companies, of course.
I think even me and you became friends just through the truck industry itself.
So. Truck shows is the reason we know each other and that we're friends. So yeah, there's a lot of relationships to be made, guys. Don't look at it as just come look at my truck. Look at it as meeting new people in the industry.
Yeah, every time you walk out that door, man, is a new opportunity. So.
Honestly, that's how I know my girlfriend. That's how I know Joey. That's how I know Pork. That's how I know you. I mean, truck shows has been a lot of opportunities for my life. I tell you, if I had stayed in this small town that I was born in, I wouldn't know nothing, and I definitely wouldn't be where I am right now.
So what you saying is my girlfriend gonna come to a truck show? I gotta find her there.
Man, yeah, you gonna find love.
You will not find your wife at FP5, I promise.
You'll find love in Silverlock.
You will
people.
find love in Silverlock.
We are promising love in Silverlock.
We have seen
find
physical
it.
proof of love that happened in Silverlock, and it's quite gross. You are sick.
You nasty mother. Anyways, man, he wants me to build a second gen so bad. I'm so
tractor.
against it. So let me, everyone's always been like, Blake, why do you hate second gens? I don't hate second gens. I just don't like anything about them. So therefore, I hate them.
I think if you looked in the dictionary, that would describe hate.
Anyway, so I guess I hate second gens. I don't just hate second gen owners. We love you because you guys tater at the show.
I like them because they're taters.
Man. So I can respect a good, clean, regular cab, second gen. Regular cab, long bed, manual, second gen. It's just the dashes are crap. The bodies are crap. They rust so easily. They drive like crap. I don't think the 12 valve, the 24 valve with the VP, I don't think anything about a second gen ever went right.
That's okay.
I think this was like their test mule to build a third gen. So it's like, and then you have early third gen, a little less,
and then
06 peak
bam,
Cummins.
here you go.
849 ECM, 48 RE, common rail injection system, which was already out a couple years before I know that. But I'm just saying, like 06 Cummins is peak everything, and that's also like when the G56 started.
Peak male performance.
They started in 04.5 to 05. Yes, I know that there's some G56s out there in 04.5 to 05s. Don't crucify me. That is one thing I'll argue with you on is Cummins. I'm a firm tater on my Cummins knowledge.
So you know a lot about Cummins.
Nothing about stroking.
Ha!
Ha.
Ha!
Can we say that, Pork? All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. We've enjoyed doing the podcast. It's kind of fun just getting to goof off, talk to the mics, and really go over subjects that we think is important in not only the truck industry, but in FP right now. We're going to work on, obviously creating a list of content of stuff that we should address. But the first thing I want you guys to do, drop a comment below. Let us know things that we should address. And hopefully you guys like the video.
Yeah. Thank y'all.
Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll have one of these hopefully weekly. So
We'll see y'all next week.
Pork, make us do something cool in Explosion. Bing, bang, boom.
Yeah, like, dude.